Well, Donald Trump decided to, of course, invoke Elon Musk in that speech that he delivered, the victory speech that he delivered in Florida. And there's an immediate consequence of that. The Tesla engine is roaring. As per the pre-market trades, the shares are up by approximately 12% in the pre-market trade. Let me, in fact, immediately go across to Malvika, who's joining us from Washington, D.C. She's been keeping a very close eye on the presidential campaign. Malvika, Elon Musk was mentioned in that speech, that victory speech that was delivered by Donald Trump not too long ago. And not very long after that, a 12% jump in the market trades for Tesla.
Well, Elon Musk has been closely supporting Donald Trump since the inception of his campaign. And then he was also heading the PAC, which was giving $1 million each day until the voting day to prospective voters who signed a petition favoring gun rights and favoring freedom of speech. And we, in fact, have one such voter with us. He's a Republican. Please, could you tell us your name? And, Trump has won. You were also a part of the campaigning journey for Trump.
No. I was not part of his campaign journey. I was very independent. I was just like every other American who realized that Americans have lost their standing in the world. Elected officials, particularly the Democratic Party, care more about migrants than they care about everyday Americans. People are struggling at the grocery store, putting basic food on the table, wondering about the future of their child's education because our educational scores continue to plummet. They want to push books about DEI and gender affirming and transgenderism. We have foreign wars that did not exist when Donald Trump was in power. The American people repudiate the policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for the last 4 years, but they seem to want to focus on the fact as if Donald Trump had been serving as president for the last 4 years. She never had a compelling, comprehensive, and a message that people understood. She only went into softball interviews and she avoided tough questioning by the mainstream media. And she was just absolutely in a state of shock. And that's why it was a sweep. The American people have spoken. Foreign entities may not understand why Donald Trump is back in power, no matter how flawed he is, and no matter how indictments, Americans will take care of their own character. They want a ferocious leader in the White House.
Sure. And do you think the assassination attempts on Trump also had any implications for the fact that he has now won the election? Was there a sympathy vote?
But I think it was very spiritual. I think people thought that God had a plan for him, a greater plan, particularly given the assassination attempt on his life and how he stood up and he raised his fist in the air. Look, we understand that Trump is imperfect, okay? Everybody knows he's imperfect. But one thing we believe is that he loves Americans. He will put Americans first. He understands their needs. And the fact that he is president, his being president will make migrants think twice and asylum seekers think twice about crossing our borders. Americans just wanted a new direction, and they got it.
Wonderful. It was a pleasure talking to you. We were talking to a Trump supporter, and he has been saying that, the key factors which led to Trump's victory were that he has a very clear vision for America, even though he does have some limitations, but he is pro-America, and the American people believe that he is going to come up with policies that are in their interest.